Chris, was choosing the Lakers over Houston or over Philadelphia the best decision for LeBron's legacy?
Well, LeBron left out in that clip that he went to Miami with Chris Bosh, so that was a little.
And that Dwayne Wade was hurt the year before. And eventually they added Ray Allen, which is in fact a super team. And when he went to Cleveland, everybody forgets they added Kevin Love. And, oh, yeah, by the way, Cleveland was tanking. They were trying to lose games. David Griffin came on my radio show and said, like, listen, I know everybody's killing Kyrie, but he was hurt his first couple years, and we were trying to lose games to put ourselves in position to get the #1 overall pick, which we achieved, and we just so happened to back into LeBron James. So, listen, I love he didn't join a super team like Kevin Durant joined a super team, but that's a load of bull.
Well,
okay?
It wasn't the type of team Durant joined. And I think Cleveland was similar to the Lakers, closer to the Lakers than what Miami was. Miami was a straight-up super team. There's no revisionist history that's going to take that away. But to get to your question, look, I get why he went to the Lakers. As soon as he said in his press conferences during the finals or after the finals, it's going to be my family and it's going to be about having a chance to win, I figured it was the Lakers because that's the best place for his family. They had lived there in the summers. They had roots there. But if we're talking strictly basketball, and what would have been better for his legacy, or let's just call it like it is, his chase of the GOAT, Michael Jordan, I think Philadelphia, without question, was the best place to go. Number one, I mean, you're joining the team that he goes to Philadelphia this year. They're the favorites to win the East. With all due respect to the Celtics, I think Philadelphia is the favorite to win it in the East. And then, look, I wouldn't have picked them necessarily over Golden State, but I do think you would have had pieces that, if not this year, maybe the following season, could have beaten Golden State. How would they have dealt with Embiid? Okay, now you got Cousins, but, whatever. But how would you have dealt with Joel Embiid playing small ball? You got Embiid, LeBron, Simmons, Dario Saric, Robert Covington. That's 6'8" and above, or 6'9" and above everywhere. You can switch a lot of that.
Yes.
You have some shooters.
Yes.
And even, I think LeBron could have led Embiid and Simmons to a title while he's still the best player. And then as he ages and those two reach their primes, they could have, like we talked about Kareem and Magic earlier, it could have been that type of situation where LeBron could have won maybe a title or two, and he's not the best player on his team. So you get to 4 or 5 or, maybe more championships. That would have been better for his legacy.
Okay, so here's the question, though, and I think Sarah's getting to this, is do you think that he legitimately considered the Sixers and the Rockets?
I think he looked at them briefly, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
briefly. I think he knew he wanted to go to L.A.
Did they get a meeting?
Philly got a meeting.
No, they
I
didn't get a meeting
Philly
with him. They got a meeting with his guy. You didn't get a face-to-face?
Yeah.
You didn't consider it. That's like saying, well, I almost went there in college. Did you visit? No. Did you do a home visit? Did coaches come to your home? It's like, no, but I thought about it. Yeah, you thought about it. Thinking about it and legitimately considering it, two different things. I agree with you on Philadelphia. I agree with you on the Rockets, right? The Rockets were this close. You had LeBron James, right? It doesn't have, it wouldn't have had
lost a lot.
It wouldn't have had the staying power of the 76ers. But you line up James Harden, Chris Paul, and LeBron James. That's a pretty good three. Figure out the rest, right? And I think you're in pretty good shape. So I don't believe that he legitimately considered it. I think he wanted to go to the Lakers. I think that Cleveland was a possible fallback. Maybe I'll do this one year round. I think the reason, honestly, that you heard the possibility of San Antonio or Golden State or Boston was because they knew there weren't great options. Look, Philadelphia lost out the same reason people lose out in real estate. Location, location, location. If they were in New York, he'd be a Knick right now. But they're not. They're the Sixers. There's nothing wrong with Philadelphia, but it's not the Knicks. Yep. It's not the Lakers. He wanted to be a Laker. He may say, I enjoy the challenge. Okay, let's see what happens if one of these young guys gets hurt. Let's see what happens if it gets really ugly and you don't make the playoffs. You're struggling. Do you really? Everyone says, man, I love the challenge. Yeah. I love it. Okay, that's like saying, man, I love that when I grew up we didn't have air conditioning. Walk outside on a humid day without air conditioning. You love that? No, I actually really like air conditioning. I really like playing with guys that make shots, guys that have been there before. I'm not calling him a phony or a fake in any way, but I do think that he's painting it He's trying to change the narrative into, I built this in Miami and we won. I built it in Cleveland and we won. I built it in LA and we're going to win because I'm Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
Do you think, you point to the Cleveland championship, and some may say that has more significance because it was the first championship, because they beat the team that they did in the Golden State Warriors, the way they came back from a 3-1 deficit. Do you think that if he were to win a championship with the Lakers, for him, it would mean more if he would have went to Houston and done it, or if he would have went to Philadelphia?
I think to all of us and most basketball
he's never going to be
people,
6 for 6 like MJ. If he's chasing the GOAT, he's never going to be 6 for 6. But
if he leads the Lakers to a championship, it is wildly significant.
Yes.
And I would say the Cleveland title is his crowning glory.
Yes.
Okay. Lakers would be second. It would be better than the 2 in Miami. You know, because like we said, the team was so stacked. And the Lakers, it would be the first person to lead 3 teams to a championship. So and you are building. He is building a team. And let's see if he gets, even if he gets a Kawhi Leonard or somebody like that. Now, if Kevin Durant goes there, that's a different story, because if Kevin Durant goes to the Lakers next summer, they're the favorites, or they're right up there with Golden State. I think most people will put them right there, even par with the Warriors, if Kevin Durant goes there.
But you still don't think that adds to his legacy?
No, it adds. I mean, any title he's going to win is going to add. It wouldn't have the same
significance. Same significance. I would tend to agree. Like, look, 3-1 down to the Golden State Warriors. And
73 wins.
73 wins. And I know Draymond got suspended and Bogut got hurt. Like, that's all part of kind of what actually happened in the context of it. But 3-1 down, and for the city of Cleveland to say, I'm going to come back and win, and to go and do it for your home area, look, opening a school, number one. In terms of sports, that's your number one. And then I think the Lakers, it would be significant if you take an organization that for 5 years has been kind of a joke. They've been wandering around in the desert, and he says, follow me to the promised land, and 2 or 3 years in, they win a title. I do think that would be incredibly significant, and it would be more significant, I think, to us in the media. But in his heart of hearts, or maybe in his subconscious, if you cut him open and said, what's the most significant? I don't think you're going to top what happened in Cleveland against the Golden State Warriors.
I also think he got tired of losing finals. I don't know if he ever would admit it, but I don't think he wanted to make it 3-7, maybe 3-8 or whatever. Now, if he went to Philadelphia, it could have become 3-7, but it also could have become 4-7.
Wait, he got tired of losing in the finals, so he wants to go and lose in the second round, or that doesn't make.
Look, historically, when we look back, we're not going to look back. We don't look back at when Michael Jordan lost in the first round, the second round. We look at the finals record, and I think legacy-wise, people are going to look.
Jerry West is 1-8 in the NBA.
Jerry West isn't in the GOAT conversation.
Okay, but he's never going to. The idea that he's tired of losing in the. I think guys that like to win, and they hate.
They
losing.
weren't winning.
But they hate losing, right? They hate losing even more than they like winning. He ain't going to like losing in the second round.
No, he won't, but it won't add to that.
Wow, I'm so happy I lost now because I was.
He gets
so
dogged about his finals record.
By who? By people on TV. But the reality of it is he was
fans
the
who are influenced by people on TV dog him about that.
The first finals in, look, if you want to get down to it, the last one in San Antonio, I think he doesn't get. Remember, he cramped up. He was playing incredibly well, but he didn't have a great series the rest of the way.
Well, his numbers were.
The Dallas one is the one people ride him on. The first Golden State, he didn't have Kevin Love and he lost Kyrie Irving.
I get all the context, but people 10 years from now, a lot of people won't look at all of that context. You brought up Draymond and Andrew Bogut being hurt when he beat Golden State. We don't bring up that Magic was hurt in Michael's first championship, or that in Magic's last championship, Isaiah Thomas is banged up with the bad ankle, or Detroit probably wins that, or Kareem gets the phantom foul call and gets the free throws and they win that championship. Like, most people don't think of those things.
I do think
so we won't think
revel in the fact that he's been to 8 straight finals, though. That's an accomplishment.
But people also hold it against him that he's lost 6.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.